plan,
observe,
facts,
ploy,
orient,
optimism,
pattern,
decide,
passion,
position,
act,
emotion,
perspective,
strategy,
creative,
vision,
under pressure.
process.
the golden thread. Hello everyone, welcome to Leader for the episode number 3, strategy, vision and the leader's role. In the first 2 episodes we discussed about leadership styles, groups and team and how it is different from each other. In the third episode we mainly discussed about strategy, even for a very basic thing in our life, how we make strategy, how we see the vision and how we actually implement it. Alongside me is Naveen and Chin. So what is a strategy and how does it matter? Leadership is not about managing people day to day, it's about making choices that matter in the long run. Not every decision is a strategic one, so what actually makes something strategic?
So, Ankit, I would like to ask a question. Could like any important decision be called strategic? What's the actual difference?
Yeah, strategic decision is rare. The consequences are big and it uses a lot of what the organization uses. It is a kind of a decision that affects whether the organization stays healthy, stays relevant and authentic and even survives. It's not what you discuss in a weekly meeting, it's about what organization you are going to be. Do you think strategy plays a major role in the leadership?
Basically, yeah, I think strategy plays a major role in leadership because it provides like a clear direction and also aligns people around like shared goals, maybe it's what they're contributing in, and helps priorities what truly matters. Like without strategy, I think leadership can become like reactive or maybe unfocused. And with teams pulling in, I think like different direction. As strong as a leader uses strategy to make informed decision and allocate resources wisely and keep everyone like moving towards a common vision. So it's really matters in leadership because, and also I'll give you an example. Maybe a leader in a company might set a clear strategy to prioritize digital growth, or maybe instead of trying to do everything, they guide the team on to focus on improving online services and basically like investing in technology and building digital skills. The clarity helps the team to understand their priorities to work more efficiently, and I think ultimately it achieves like better results and a strong market position because of the decision making in it. So it plays a major role in it.
Yeah, definitely. Jin, how will you use these strategies in the future career?
That's a good question. So in my future career, I hope I can be a sports agent. So in the Dial's master class, we learn about 6 thinking heads. So if I use the 6 thinking heads, I can to make some scouting analysis for my athletes, and I can do some match events to use the red heads, and I can use the black heads to find some risk, and to sum up, I can use the blue heads to make the conclusions.
Okay, Ankit, I have a question for you. So basically, when people talk about strategy, they seem to be mean every different things. So how do you make it like sense of what?
Yeah, strategy is not just one thing, it just shows up in 5 different things. Strategy as a plan, strategy as a ploy, strategy as a pattern, strategy as a position, and strategy as a perspective. 5 things. Strategy is a strategy, I would tell you, when we were in Awaited at the Derby. When we were upsailing, there are so many things how we will be doing it. Even for the simplest thing in our life, we need strategy. Because if you don't have a plan, you don't have a vision, how would you implement that?
Yeah, I get it.
So we got the gears from the instructor. When we got the gears, we had a basic plan that okay, we'll have the rope, we'll have the gears. This was a basic plan, and how we are going to do it with the help of a vision. and the vision was provided by the instructor, which actually held us to do it very calmly and very soothly. And I think this was a pattern. When you were upsailing at a certain height, it was a pattern, and you have to follow the pattern. And if the pattern breaks, you're gone, and you just perform it. And when you implement it, everything means everything is there. Jen, what do you say about that? Away day.
So I think it's good questions. In the away day, even in this class, I learn about in the out of strategies in the leadership. So, for example, I always remember in the David class, equality, diversity. So we should more courage to each others, and we should more respect for every persons, and we should more respect to every person, and we should to challenges more. Yeah.
Do you love challenge?
Um.
I love challenge, by the way. Naveen,
Yeah.
in this module, what were the positive impact and you learned about strategy?
So in this module, I learned about strategy is like in leadership, it mainly is about like effective decision making. So basically, like I think we cleared it in the lecture as well, that the shape and the organization directions and how it goes to success. And basically, the strategic decisions what we make are like important because they have like long-term impacts and require more careful like analysis in it. So basically, like we have covered some points as the six thinking hats, the ODA loops, and like the basic thing, like the strategy is in our day-to-day life as well. If we see, and I think the most stuck me in my mind was this the golden thread and the ODA loop. I can say like observe, orient, and decide and act. So basically, it's like highlighted that decision making is continuous process. So also in leaders must quickly assess situations, make informed choices, and adapt their actions based on the outcomes. And as the golden thread we can see over here, it explained about how the decisions are connected to the organizations and goals, ensuring that leadership chooses align with strategies and lead to effective action and results as well. And overall, the positive impact is that I developed a stronger decision making skills, learned to think critically, and understood how leaders can make structures and informed strategies and their choices as well. Because doing activities and also doing presentations with groups and making them lead and also getting lead by them as well was a interact and a communication which is more in the leadership stream, I guess, and it always worked where strategies are used as a contribution and as a decision making thing.
Naveen, you spoke about the shared goals. Is it the shared goals? What was that?
Shared goals. So basically, like I can speak about it. So if you're doing a presentation or maybe a podcast right now, so you're leading. So we are planning a strategy with like me, Jen. So what are you implementing? What are your contribution in it? So basically, so it plays like a major role as well as I said before. Doing this podcast, doing the presentation, doing some activities, we just learn some strategies. We can like not usually make it up in our ideas. So basically, we can just adapt some with some choices with different humans like you and Jen and maybe other people in our class as well. So yeah, I think it's like we experience it once in a while, and I think it's more in this stream. If you're gonna grow more, we are gonna experience this a lot in our day-to-day life.
So basically, strategy is a planning.
Yeah.
Strategy is a planning. Strategy is a action which you're gonna implement.
Yeah.
And once you implement that, you get the result. But between that, there is a certain one thing as well. It's called conflict, which will be always be there. Finally, Naveen, what are the some of the key challenges of being leader today, and how do you think our values will now inspire leader we become?
Um, so one of the biggest challenge is for me is balancing authenticity with expectations, and basically this module teaches me a lot about that. And you want to be genuine, and but there are still pressure to behave in certain depending ways on like situations. And another challenge is dealing with a diverse perspective, and especially in global and cultural mixed environment, I can say. And that requires like constant adaptability. That you know, this is where our current values come in. So we have to make some ethical decisions, and it's also not always like straightforward. And sometimes there isn't like a clear or right answer for it to make leadership more like, which makes it more complex. And the way we act now, and how we treat people, how we handle responsibility, all of that is already shaping this kind of leaders will become. So leadership isn't something that starts in the future, it's already developing through our everyday choices.
Really love the point of the Naveen. Leadership is everyday choice, and what you do every day reflects your tomorrow.
So, to put this together, strategy is not a document, it's a pattern of decisions, shaped by your purpose and tested by what actually happens. And to think well, your job is to hold the treat, to make sure what you say you stand for is visible in the choice you make. And think well, there are happens of matters. Leaders who practice them and make better decisions when the pressure is on.
As a leader, your job is to hold the thread, to make sure what you stand for is visible in the choice you make, especially the hard ones. What you choose and what you refuse to choose tells your organization everything and about you as a leader. Thank you. Thank you so much for the leader, and I will speak to you soon. Thank you so much.